You are the only person that you have control over. You're not responsible for other people's thoughts, behaviors, and actions. There's no point worrying about it. You are only responsible for yourself. It's completely unfair that we should be passing judgment onto other people and how they should be behaving. Let's just try and focus on ourselves. Hey everyone, it's Opa here for another podcast where I talk about health, wealth, and happiness. So today's definitely going to be about happiness. And this is something that I have been taught a while ago, and it has been working for me very well. And I really want to impart this onto you. This is probably one of the best pieces of advice that I received from a auntie named Dambika. A long time ago, but probably one of the most useful things for my peace of mind. And here it is. Hope I can tell you succinctly, but it's basically, you are the only person that you have control over. You're not responsible for other people's thoughts, behaviors, and actions. There's no point worrying about it. You are only responsible for yourself. Okay? So let me give you an example. You may have a son or daughter that you want to go into certain fields, right, when they're studying. For example, medicine, law, accounting, engineering, whatever they may be. You can do everything in your power to, maybe even put them into a private school, give them good tuition, help them study, get their mind right, get their diet right, help them focus, make sure that they're associating with good friends and got good habits. Everything that you can do. You can go to A, B, C, and all the way to Z to get this right. But at the end of the day, it's up to them. If they don't achieve your vision of success, that's beyond your control. And you cannot lose sleep over it. It's completely beyond your control because you've done what you can to help them. Okay. Just on a side note, I don't believe in any of that. I believe children should be able to be happy and do whatever they want to do, not what the parents generally want them to do in terms of a career path. But they should be able to live a happy, fulfilled life that, don't make them get depressed. And I've talked about this before where, children are forced into certain fields and they end up, suffering mentally. So coming back to this principle again, it may seem very simple, but let me reiterate this. Out of all the people in the world, there's only one person that you're responsible for. That's you. You cannot dwell and think about other people's actions and thoughts and let that worry you. Few weeks ago, I ended up taking a group of friends of colleagues of mine, and I ended up paying for lunch. And a couple of those colleagues have now gone, every time I go past them, it's like, I owe you lunch. And I've just gone, no, you don't. You don't owe me anything. It was just a catch up. And that was my mental thinking as well. As soon as I paid for that, that was it. That was the end of that transaction. I don't hold on to that going, this person, this person owes me that. This person owes me this. You're going to kill yourself mentally thinking, going through those mental checklists. It's not good for your health. I used to have the same issue when I used to give to a homeless person. I would be like, if I give, $10, $20, whatever that might be, to this home, or even a couple of dollars, right? Is this person going to use it for drugs, alcohol, or cigarettes? And I would be like, I don't want my money going down to those things. But then, applying this logic and thinking, once that note leaves my hand, what they do with that money is not my business. It's beyond my control. I've done what I needed to do, either for selfish reasons, which is, making myself feel good, or to genuinely help that person get a meal, and that's what I'll be hoping for. Whatever your reasons might be, once that note or coins leaves your hand, you should be done mentally from that transaction. Just a little caveat to that, right? A caveat to that, you can write yourself a positive journal or, good deeds journal, if you will. And, many wonderful people in the past have done that, and they've, when they've gone into a dark place where they're in a rut, they bring out this journal and they read, oh, on this day I helped this person, did this good deed, this did another good deed. And these lots of good deeds will bring you back from that rut, and it'll give you on the positive state of mind. But that's just a separate topic, but you can do that. But in terms of a transaction point of view, it's done. And that's the best way to live your life. I'll give you another example, which I'm hesitant to give, but I'll give it anyway. When you ask for leave from work, say you want to ask for, annual leave, sick leave, or whatever, and you've sent your boss the dates to get it done, and you're worrying, oh, should I be asking for this much time? I've got all this leave locked up. I feel bad, I'm going to put all this pressure on these other people. What should I do? Should I do this? Once you've sent the text message, email, or whatever formal request that you've done, that's it. Now the ball's in the other person's court. Move on. Move on with your life. It's not up to you anymore. It's up to the other person. Again, you're only control with your emotions. And same again with work people and people that you interact with. You've got your own self to worry about in terms of your moral compass. Let other people do whatever they want to do. I know, I've dealt with friends and so forth who, they don't mean it. They come from a good, positive place where they try and push their moral compass onto other people and thinking this person should behave like this because I don't believe in that. Doesn't work. Does not work in the real world, because you can't control other people's actions. People, you know, as they say, we're all sinners. We've got our own demons that we're dealing with. It's completely unfair that we should be passing judgment onto other people and how they should be behaving. Let's just try and focus on ourselves. And, I'm definitely not exempt from this. I'm working on myself every day. I've got heaps of flaws. It's just, we're all human. We work through it every day. But what you should be focusing is on yourself. Don't worry about what other people do. I mean, I can go on and on with examples here, but in a nutshell, you're only in control of your own thoughts, and therefore that will hopefully in turn into positive behaviors, and then you'll have positive outcomes. Expecting people's behaviors and attitudes to change because of your rants or whatever, it's not going to happen. Hope this helps. This has been, as I said, the number one piece of advice that has come my way, that has helped me in many parts of my life. So I really wanted to take this to heart. Who are you in control of? You. That's it. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.